The Sephora sale is right around the corner and I want to test out some new things that are available at Sephora. Now, if you want to score these at a discount, you definitely want to wait, but I was afraid that things were going to sell out, so I did grab some new things. I want to try them out, give you guys my first impression thoughts. So if that sounds interesting to you, highly recommend subscribing to this channel, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, I have this Hourglass palette weirdly swatched on my arm. And these swatches are so bad, but I wanted to go ahead and start off with the Hourglass palette really quickly. So this is the Fox palette. They have 4 this year, and there's a horse, a swan, and a fox, and a... what was the other animal? I already forgot. Anyway, there's 4 of these, I believe, and then the horse palette is like an exclusive to Sephora, but I know not all of them have like new shades. It's like a whole thing. There's definitely tons of videos about that stuff online, so you can definitely do your research. I believe this is the darkest palette, and I'm like a little bit shook because I'm not really sure how this is supposed to be the darkest palette and how this is going to work on deeper skin tones because it barely shows up on me. I know that they don't swatch the best, so I'm very curious, but I'll pop up the swatches on the screen and tell you guys a little bit about what each shade is. So on the back here it says this is the Light Edit Unlock Fox palette, and the first shade is a highlighter, Solar Glow. It looks so pretty. And then we have a blush in Lucid Glow, finishing powder in Desert Light, blush in Canyon Heat, blush in Amethyst Haze, and a bronzer in Bronze Fusion. This palette is made in Italy and has a net weight of 0.04 ounces. And that's per pan and has a 12-month shelf life as well. So I wanted to have the swatches handy so I knew what was what, but I'm actually not sure which shade I'm going to use as my blush yet. So let's just go ahead and apply the bronzer because I have my cream bronzer on right now and I want to see how this looks on top of my cream bronzer. Okay, I'm just going to grab this clean old Morphe brush that I like to use from time to time for bronzer, and I'm just going to dip in and just going to run that over. It does have a little bit of a sheen. Okay, so that's with the bronzer on. It's fine. It's not blowing me away. I did also grab all of my other holiday palettes from the last 3 years, so we'll have to do some comparisons at the end. I also got a new Rare Beauty lip set, so let's go ahead and put something on my lips since they are currently bare. So this is a new Glass Effect lip liner and gloss duo. And I don't know what the shades are that are in here, so let's open it up together. So we have a lip liner in the shade Admired, and we have a lip gloss in the shade Revive. So this is a new lip gloss, and I'm guessing a new lip liner as well. Okay, the shade definitely doesn't look as dark as it does on this plastic part, does it? It's like a muted rosy color. And on the back here, it almost looks like it's going to be like a muted red. But this is a lot more of a muted, like rosy shade. In case you didn't know, the Rare Beauty lip liners are twist-up lip liners. And then this is the gloss. So let's see how this looks with the lip liner. It has a really nice watermelon scent to it. And I can see like a golden sparkle in the packaging. I don't see it on my lips, but it's just such a glossy shade. And it's just so nice and comfortable. It's not sticky at all. I think this is a totally wearable shade. I mean, obviously wearable is kind of dependent on your definition of wearable, but I feel like this is a great everyday duo. So if you've been contemplating a Rare Beauty lip liner and a gloss, check this one out. It's really cute. It's the Glass Effect lip liner and gloss duo, and it says it's for World Mental Health Day, October 10th. In honor of World Mental Health Day, 100% of the sales from this full-size limited edition duo featuring Kind Words matte lip liner in Admire and Positive Light luminizing lip gloss in Revive set exclusive shades will be donated to the Rare Impact Fund. Okay, that is really, really cool. And so that's the shade. I just wanted to show it to you. Okay, if I'm all over the place in this video, I'm so sorry. I'm like trying to film this because I want to catch up on all the new makeup that I have, and I bought this one and I want to be able to show it to you guys. So this is the new Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 7, and it's very similar to the Lightwork Volume 6 palette. I'm sure you guys have all seen this already. I decided to pick this up because last year the palette kind of like sold out and was like a whole hullabaloo, so I wanted to get my hands on this one so that I could talk about it to you guys. I've had this one for a few days, but I haven't really been feeling the greatest, so I haven't been as motivated to film, but I wanted to get something done. So this palette is quite pricey. It's $128, and it has a magnetic stackable all over face palette, blending iconic pigments with everyday artistry and wearability. This is the past, present, and future of Danessa Myricks beauty captured in one palette. Lightwork VII celebrates 10 years of artistry, community, and innovation with iconic pigments reimagined for today. This collection blends grounded beauty with surrealist color and texture. Discover 10 versatile finishes, infinite wearable shades, and magic of transformation, all in one magnetic stackable collectible palette. It's made to mix, made to move, and made for everyone, and is Danessa Myricks Beauty's first lightwork palette with matte to ground, define, and shape your looks. So we have 18 shades and 0.04 ounces in each pan. Eyeshadow in Golden Child, which is an opal white with gold to green shift. Warmth is a metallic copper with gold to pink shift. Sand, neutral, sandy beige matte. Rooted, baked terracotta brown matte. Mother Earth, forest green with an eggplant shift. Love Potion, white rose quartz with gold shift. Wish is a ice pink metallic. Guiding Light, antique pewter pink metallic. Spellbound, magenta with emerald green shift. Toasted mauve matte, open heart. Electric purple with a smoky green shift. Northern Lights, smoky platinum. Dreamer, aqua blue with periwinkle shift. Magic Moon is a concrete gray matte. Mother's Love, royal blue metallic. Grounded midnight black matte. Star Power is molten silver with a dusty blue shift. Now, I did swatch these top to bottom, each column at a time, and the descriptions are 2 in a row going horizontally, so I hope that wasn't too confusing, but if it was, I do apologize. I swatched them first and now I just read the description, so I did it the way that it made sense in my head, but maybe it didn't make sense to everyone the way it did to me, so just want to clarify that. But now that you've seen the swatches, it's time to create an eye look, and I'm so excited. Okay, I was pretty set with focusing kind of over here, but I think I might actually go ahead and play with this section. No, actually I want to play with these mattes, but I like the purples. I don't know, they're all so lovely. I was actually really pleasantly surprised with how this palette swatched. So I'm going to grab this Angie Hot and Flashy brush from BK Beauty, and I'm going to start off with this shade right here. It's the terracotta brown shade, and it just looked like the most perfect shade to throw in my crease. Obviously, Danessa Myricks could probably sit here and include so many matte options all day long, but I feel like she gave us like some staple mattes that you could do a lot with, so I get it. I wish there was like a pinky purple, but you know, I get it. You can only limit yourself to so much, and I think I saw Morgan Turner maybe say that she was trying to make this so much more neutral than the Lightwork 6 and actually most of the Lightwork palettes, so I get it. That looks so good. I'm going to take the shade above it and just kind of help blend out the edges. Okay, so now for the lid shade. That's going to be the hard part because, oh my goodness, these shades are so stunning. I think I'm going to use the multichrome. It's just so cool, and I haven't played with multichrome like that in so long, so let's slap that puppy on my eyelids. Ooh, it picked up nicely on this brush, and I'm just going to go full blown all over the lid. I hope you can see the shift, because I could see the shift when I swatched it on my arm. Okay, that's looking very cute. And now I'm just going to take the same brush and go into the black shade. And I'm just going to pack on a little bit of the black eyeshadow on the outer edge here. I'm going to blend that out in a second, but first I want to throw on some eyeliner quick. Okay, I just used this What's Up Beauty eyeliner for the first time, the black shade, and it's so pigmented and it applied so beautifully in the waterline. I have very high hopes for this one. Okay, so I'm just going to take this little pencil brush and I'm just going to blend the black eyeshadow up and down. Just a little bit into the lower lash line and out towards the outer half of the crease and up and down, up and down. I'm going to take a little bit of that brown shade and just kind of stamp the crease and just blend a little bit. Okay, I feel like this is so dramatic. And then I just need something in the inner corner. So I'm going to take a clean little pencil brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. It has like a mauve-y shift to it, even though it's like a iridescent like golden shade. And I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner like that. So nicely pigmented. Sometimes those shades are like, you're like, where did they go? And this one's like, hi, I'm here. That looks so cute. I am very impressed with the shift. Okay, cute. I really like the look so far. It's a lot smokier than I thought, but I think it looks really cute. So I'm happy with that. So now we can go back to the Hourglass palette and figure out what blush I'm going to wear. I think I'm going to try this berry shade. It's so cute, so different for Hourglass. I feel like I haven't seen them do a color like that before. I'm going to grab this Sigma and Samantha Ravindell brush and I'm going to go into that pan. And then, ooh, that's so cute. And then I'm just going to grab this Sigma highlighter brush and I'm going to the highlighter shade. And, oh, that is so stunning. Look at how sheeny and natural that shade looks. That is such a pretty highlighter. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this big old Sigma brush and I'm going to go into the finishing powder and just kind of buff everything. So smooth. You can't forget how awesome the Hourglass powders are until you like pull them back out. But this is the finished look. I'm just going to go ahead and throw on some mascara, do something with this hair, and I'll be right back to give you guys my first impressions on all the products we tried out today. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. What do you guys think? Definitely let me know down in the comments. Now I just want to tell you what else is on my face today, in case you guys are curious. So I'm wearing my Chanel Cream Bronzer. That's what I had on before I applied the Hourglass bronzer. And I've been trying to pan this. Oh my gosh, it looks so gross because I've been accidentally hitting it with my setting spray every time. So it's got gunk on it. But look, we're slowly making progress. Foundation and concealer, I use the Gucci Skin Tint and the Tower 28 concealer. This Tower 28 concealer is so good. Highly recommend in case you guys are interested in picking up a new concealer during the Sephora sale. The Skin Tint is nice. I definitely put a little bit more on than the last time I wore it, and I think it looks quite lovely. So yeah, the Skin Tint is a go for me as well if you're thinking about picking it up during the Sephora sale. Now let's talk about everything that I have on my face that I was testing out, and let me give you guys some thoughts. So first of all, let's start off with the easy one, the lip gloss and the lip liner. I think this is such a great everyday shade. I was thinking if I was working a corporate job and I had to go into the office every day, I feel like this combo would be something that would live in my purse very easily. I think it looks very natural on my skin tone. So if you have a complexion like mine, I would say check this out. And it goes towards a good cause, which is lovely. Thank you to Rare Beauty again for sending that my way. Next, let's talk about the Hourglass palette. I feel like I was in a daze when I was playing with this, but it's so beautiful. I do like to buy these every year because they've just kind of become a tradition, which isn't really the best reason to buy it, that it's a tradition. I was definitely humming and hawing over buying this because I wasn't really sure which color story to go towards. So I decided to get Fox because I was very curious about this fuchsia shade and it's lovely. So I think I would actually get use out of every single pan in this palette, and I really like to use these when I travel. Now granted, I'm not really traveling that much or at all really, because traveling with kids makes me want to scream a little on the inside. I don't know if I'll get invited to any more Critters and Friends trips in the future, so at that point I could easily grab one of these, but I really like to use them for that. I don't know if this is helpful to you guys, but I can show you the other ones I've collected over the years. So I think this might be my oldest one. This is the Tiger palette, and it has one of my favorite orange blushes in it. This one is so pretty. I really like all of these, if I'm being honest with you guys. Even though I don't wear them and reach for them all the time, I know when I'm grabbing one, I can pretty much be guaranteed that I'm going to be satisfied with the look I'm able to achieve with these. So that is the snake one from back in the day. And then I think this was last year's. This is the lotus flower. And I think I did a custom one. I think I swapped the shades, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, the fox one is really cute, and I really like the highlighter, really like the blush, really like the setting powder. The bronzer I'm not 100% sure about, but it has potential, so I'll keep you guys posted. I would definitely recommend waiting for a sale, waiting for a discount. You don't need to pay full price. I actually got mine on the Ulta website when they had 20% off on Prime Day deals. They were trying to compete with Amazon Prime, and so they did 20% off everything, and people were posting that it applied on the Hourglass palette. So I was like, oh perfect, I can get it for 20% off. Then I don't have to wait for the Sephora sale. That way I can test it out for you guys and let you know. So I'll definitely be wearing that Hourglass palette in upcoming videos just to keep testing it out and see. But I've worn their stuff for years and years and years, and I've always had really good luck with the Ambient palette, so I just wanted to mention. I'm so annoyed with my hair. It's like I used this glossing product in it from L'Oreal, and it got really dry again, which was really surprising to me because I thought the whole point of a glossing product was to make your hair look really glossy. Unfortunately, not the case. But anyway, I'm sorry I'm touching my hair. I can't help it. I'm just like, oh, it feels so dry. Okay, so last but certainly not least is the Lightworks VII palette. I'm so excited to have this. If I had to guess, I feel like this is the one I would probably reach for the most out of all the ones I have. So let me show you some of the older Lightworks palettes because I have some older ones. So this is volume 3. This is one that I think she first came out with on Sephora, and I still remember buying this, and you know, it's got those beautiful multi-chromes, no mattes in here. And then this one I kind of regretted buying. This is volume 4, and it has these water activated multi-chromes in them, which honestly didn't really make a lot of sense to me, but here they've always been so colorful. And then when she came out with this new system last year in 2024, I think we all just got so excited, and I've never seen anything like this. I've seen so many brands come out with singles, but this is so customizable. So the cool thing about these is that they pop out, like these little 6 pans can come out, so you can transport them like this, and then you take this little plate on the top of your palette. So hard to do with nails. I'm struggling right now. Oh my gosh, why isn't it coming out? Okay, there we go. So you take this little plate, it has a mirror, you can just do that, and you can take this on the go. You can put it in your makeup bag. Also, these are all magnetized in here, so you can even take out different pans and swap things around, make it custom. If you want to take all of these and you don't want to take them in the bigger palette, you can just take them all out like that, and then you just put this on top, and you can take it like this, and you have so many options. You got 18 eyeshadows in this little brick. So it is quite heavy, but I think that is really cool. And usually you get a little pouch like this with your palette. So if you want to just make it more secure, you can put them in, I think this is a smaller pouch, but you can put them in a pouch like this just to keep them all safe. And then I think last spring or this spring, I can't remember when this one came out, she did like this little pastel one. I didn't love this one so much, but this new one is really nice, and it has more useful mattes, at least for my preference. So overall, I think this is my favorite one. It is definitely more neutral than I thought. It does have those fun pops of blue, and it's not the most neutral palette, but it's also not her most colorful Lightworks palette. So I think this has a good balance. I really love this multi-chrome that I picked for my eye look today, and I feel like I'm going to be able to do a lot with this combo. So if you're contemplating this, I know it's pricey, but the sale is definitely the perfect time to score it. and I love how you can customize the palette. It's so innovative. Definitely one of the best palettes at Sephora. I would highly recommend it if you are thinking of picking it up during the sale. If you like the same type of eyeshadows as I do, I think you'll really enjoy it. I feel like there's definitely some different shimmer formulas in this palette, but they all swatch really nice, and they're not any of those like squishy shadows that people have in indie brand palettes. So if you're a little bit more prone to eyeshadows creasing, I feel like these ones are definitely less squishy, so you probably won't have a problem with the longevity of this palette either. Okay, so those are all my thoughts on the 3 new things that I tried out today. I'm not sure if the Rare Beauty set is going to be on the Sephora website. If not, it's probably on the Rare Beauty website, and the rest of the items you can pick up at Sephora. I will link them down below. I'll put affiliate links if you guys feel like supporting the channel. You can shop through those links. It really does help me out. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have a little bit more time, check out my eyeshadow palette ranking video that I just posted. I've also been talking a lot about indie eyeshadow palettes because the launches have been so fun this past couple of weeks. Check those out if you want to catch up, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. I still have my September monthly haul to share with you guys. Have a good day, whatever you're doing, and I will see you soon. Bye, friends!